kajenya seda a refre woni pa ho enso da me paya ne se mi remfi papa waya me esia ne kajenya sedo a refre woni pa ho ade aba ko na mesra ne se mi remfi papa waya me na se mi bum pom ko shemechi baby am friend baby am di o therefore why now better me away. I said me susu sissy, stand by and take account, or therefore wait there, it had to be you. That's fine. I said me boom pom koshamechi, baby I'm a friend, baby I'm a D, or therefore why now better me away. I said me susu sissy, stand by and take account, or therefore wait there, it had to be you. Empty money. Yeah, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh. I jump into chamo, money, oh, hey, money, oh, money, oh. I don't throw a salute, yeah, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh. I jump into chamo. Money, oh. Nipa, yeah, me touching you held me close, so closer than a brother, so closer than a brother. Truth is, I gave up on myself, cause my back was against the wall, and it was on you now, yeah. Hey. But I gave you a call, and you answered my prayer at once. Hey. You made a way. Hey. But I gave you a call, and you answered my prayer at once. You made a way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Me boom pom pom shemechi. Baby, I'm a friend, baby, I'm a D. Or therefore, why now better me away? Hey, I said me susu sissy, stand back and take account. Or therefore, wait there, it had to be you. Empty money, oh, money, oh. And I throw a salute, yeah, money, oh, money, oh. To chamo, money, oh, hey, money, oh, money, oh. I don't throw a salute, yeah, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh. I jump into chamo, money, oh, young hey, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh. I don't throw a salute, yeah. Money, oh, and again, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh, and jump into chamo, money, oh, and again, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh, and jump into chamo, money, oh, and again, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh, and jump into chamo, money, oh.
Well, it's a good morning, and I want to welcome all of you to another bright new day where we have to appreciate God for all that He has done for us. Today, you're watching me live on Ghana Youth Television, and we are coming straight to you from the beautiful studios where I'm seated. The Bible makes very clear that we should thank God in every situation. I don't know which situation you are faced in your life today. I don't know what you're going through. But one thing I know is that He loves you. So once again, I welcome you to Ghana Youth Television. We are streaming live. And today, we'll be looking at the power of thinking. Many a times we think, but we don't have the power about it. Many a times we think, but it is always negative. Many a times we think, and it's supposed to be positive. Today, we're looking at two gentlemen who decided to use the power of thinking to become great. So you can think, it can make you a lesser person, or you think, and it will make you a great individual who will be celebrated. One is Daniel. Daniel was someone before a great king. And the king says that until somebody interprets his dream, all the people who were serving under him will be eliminated. So Daniel says that, look, I want you to give me some time. Let me go and think. Power of thinking. Before you take any decision this morning, you must sit down and think. Before you move out of your room this morning, you must sit down and strategize by thinking, where am I going? What am I going to do today? What am I going to say to that person? The interview you are going to. You must think carefully before you answer. And Bible makes it very clear that Daniel came back to the king after he had finished thinking. And when he did, he became a great individual. And today we celebrate Daniel. So this morning, we're saying that there is power in thinking. There is power when you decide to sit in the comfort of your home, in your office, in your house, in that small corner where somebody has hurt you, but you decide, I will not take a hasty decision. I want to take my time to think carefully before I answer. The good book says that we have 2 ears, but 1 mouth. So we need to listen more and speak less. Thinking. The power of thinking will make you wise. The power of thinking will make you be accepted among kings. The power of thinking will make you be appreciated by all, because you don't just talk. You think before you talk. There are times that people would say something before they even think about it. But no, this morning I'm motivating you that before you say that word to your wife, before you say that word to your spouse, before you say that word to your boss, of quitting that job because you are suffering so much, of quitting that relationship because you have suffered so much, of quitting that marriage because you are suffering so much, think carefully. Before you insult that individual who have been provoking you, are provoking for years, and today you have decided that when I get to that office, I will give it to him. Think before you act. Maybe somebody is owing you. Maybe somebody has offended you so much that you just want to voice out and say all the things that are on your heart. But to remember, think before you utter those words. Another gentleman that I want us to look at is Joseph. The good book says that Joseph had the opportunity to lie with the boss's wife. I'm sure that if it were you who is supposed to sleep with the king's wife, you will have all the things that you want in this world. And today people will do anything without thinking of the consequences tomorrow. They want the gratification today. So Joseph could have gratified himself at that particular moment. He could have just gone ahead to sleep with the boss's wife and enjoy everything that comes along with it. The Bible says that, or the good book says that, he thought about it, the power of thinking. And it says he fled. He ran away from her. And today we celebrate that great man. It says that later he became a prime minister of a nation that he was not from. A nation that he was not originally a member of. Why did that happen? Because he thought about the future. It thought about the consequences of of sleeping with the boss's wife today. The power of thinking will take you to a different level. The power of thinking will carry you to a different level. The power of thinking will make you be accepted where nobody is accepted. The power of thinking will make you dine with kings. The Gans have a saying that it simply means that if you don't think before you speak, you'll be considered a fool. Nobody wants to be considered a fool. So this morning, my motivation to you is that whatever situation you are facing in your life, no matter how it is challenging you for years, for months, for weeks, for days, for minutes, don't just speak. Somebody will encourage you. Voice out. Be the man, be the woman. Let them know you are the man. No. That is a bad advice. It might look okay to you today, but it can affect you tomorrow. The power of thinking cannot be bought. The power of thinking is not on the market. It takes a matured individual to sit down and think carefully of what he or she wants to say. Once again, the good book says that who in his rightful mind wants to put up a building and will not think about the cost? Who in his or her rightful mind will want to journey and will not think about what he or she needs? You will not be able to complete it. If it's a building you want to put up, you want to think about the money you are going to put into it, the cement you have to buy, the roofing sheet. Because if you don't think about it, you will start all right, but you will not be able to complete it. If it's a journey, you know that I need to get a visa, I need to get this, I need to prepare myself when I go, what am I going to eat, where am I going to sleep? Before you journey, you go. So there is power in thinking before you take that journey. If you don't do that, you're going to crash land. If you don't do that, you'll be considered a fool. So as your motivator and as your friend, my motivation to you this morning is that think before you utter those words. If you are thinking of going to resign from your work, think carefully. Do you have a different job that when you quit this one will sustain you for 6 months? If it's about a relationship you want to quit, think about it carefully. If it is worth quitting, think about it before you quit. If about that church you want to quit because the pastor is not treating you well, there is no bed of roses anywhere. Think about it before you take that step. My name is Selassie Michael, and I'm your motivator. I just pray and I just wish that whatever I have given you this morning and whatever I am giving you this morning will motivate you to think carefully before you take any action. Like I gave you the story of Daniel and Joseph. Today we celebrate them because they thought about their actions. Martin Luther King Jr. decided to take a step, but he thought about it carefully. Today we celebrate him. There are so many people who thought about their actions, and today we celebrate them because they sat down, thought about it carefully. Power of thinking. Don't just act, think. Don't just eat, think. Because you see, eating is good, but if you don't eat carefully, it will affect you tomorrow as you grow. So today you can eat all the junk food. Think carefully of the junk food. You can eat all the chicken. Think carefully. Today you think that there is abundance of food. I have all the food and let me enjoy. Let me eat. It's okay. But remember, if you don't think carefully, at the age of 70, those foods you are eating today will have an effect on your future tomorrow. I see a lot of young men drinking and drinking and drinking. Every Friday they want to drink and they want to drink. They are not thinking of tomorrow, because that wine, that alcohol can destroy your liver. That alcohol can destroy your kidney. And when you are 50, 70 years, that is when you will suffer. Think. Think. Today you are smoking. You smoke cigarettes, you smoke everything. You think it's fun. You are enjoying life. Everybody appreciates you because you can smoke a pack of cigarettes. Think about it. Today you can lay all the women and you think you are strong because you sleep with 30 women and everybody applauds you. Think. The power of thinking is necessary for our growth. So think carefully before you do anything. Think carefully before you take that step. Think carefully before you consume that alcohol. Think carefully before you sleep with that lady who is not married to you, because tomorrow it can come back to haunt you. The power of thinking will make you stand in the midst of fools and still become the wisest one. The power of thinking will make you look like a fool in the midst of people who are fools themselves. But tomorrow you become that great individual. Think before you take that step. I see a lot of people who have regretted the kind of life they lived years ago because they gratified themselves yesterday and today they can't even feed themselves a square meal a day. Think before you spend that money. Today, a lot of people say they don't have money. They don't have money. But every penny that comes into their hands, they spend it anyhow. Save. The power of thinking. The great men we see today, they didn't start the way they are today. They started from somewhere. They sat down, thought about what they want to do. Thinking helps you to become rich. The people we see today who are rich, they sat down somewhere and thought about it. And today they are where they are. Think. Think about your future. Think about tomorrow. Today you can do everything you want to do, but think about tomorrow. The power of thinking. Once again, you're watching us live on Ghana Youth Television. My name is Selassie Michael, and I love to always be with you. Selassie Michael is my name. You can follow me on my WhatsApp, my Facebook, my Instagram. I use Minister Selassie Michael on all those handles. And we are shooting live from the very beautiful studio in Labadi with my producers, Mr. Michael, Ajay, and Eugene. They are shooting, Michael behind the camera, and we are just motivating you today. This is the first edition of Awake and Alive. We always want to come to your home and motivate you to be that great individual God created you to become. Today we are looking at the power of thinking. It's powerful to think. I want to just pause here. I'll be right back. Just going to look for my tea and sip a little, and I'll come back and motivate you more. Don't go anywhere. Just stay. I'll be right back. Are we good?
Seda, I refrain when nipa hu, and so damn in payane se, mi remfi papa waya me, esiane kajanya sedo, I refrain when nipa hu, I dear bakona misrene se, mi remfi papa waya me, 1, 2, 3, na se mi bum pom koshe mechi, baby I'm friend, baby I'm ready, or therefore, one now better me on your way. I said, Miss Susu, sissy, stand by and take account. Or therefore, wait there, it had to be you. That's right. I said, me boom, pom, kosha mechi. Baby, I'm a friend, baby, I'm ready. Or therefore, why now better me on your way? I said, Miss Susu, sissy, stand by and take account. Or therefore, wait there, it had to be you.